from Radiant Heart Yoga, and I really hope that you enjoyed my previous video showing you the key actions and alignments for downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. I thought that I would expand on that pose because there's so much that you can do from down dog, so much that I won't be able to cover it all in this first video, but I'm going to show you some of the variations that I like to use in my own practice to address just different parts of my body and how I am. So first of all, using what you learned in the last video, coming into downward facing dog. And the first variation that I'm going to show you is called taking your dog for a walk. So you're going to bend one knee, put a generous bend in that knee and press the opposite heel down into the floor. Doesn't matter whether your heel comes all the way to the floor, like I said last time. And then I like to put a micro bend in that other leg and still press the heel towards the floor. So when you put a little bit of slack on the calf muscle, you can just get a little bit deeper into that stretch in the lower part of the leg and then pressing that heel back down again. And then you would switch sides, okay, and do the same thing on the other side. Another one of my favorites is making sure that your feet are hip width apart, picking your heels up so you're on the balls of your feet, taking a big breath in, pulling the energy up your arms, up your legs, and then as you exhale, swivel your heels to the right, and then you're going to still press your hips back, and you're going to get a big, lovely, delicious stretch all the way along this left side of your hip, all the way up into your armpit. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, swivel the other way, again pressing your hips back so you really get the stretch, keeping equal weight moving down through your hands. Inhale, come back, and you can also add on to that so that as you swivel you bend your knees. That just moves it into a slightly different part of your torso, but it's a more fluid movement. So if you're feeling like you want to just move around a little bit as you do it, then this is a really nice one to practice. So coming back to your downward facing dog again, and then I like to practice this one for the upper body. So you inhale, bending your elbows out to the sides, and then exhale, wrap your elbows back and really pull everything into the core. So you're bending your elbows out to the sides, big breath in, and then as you exhale, wrap your elbows back and keep moving your arm bones forwards and your leg bones back. So that's 3. So we'll just do one more. I love lifting my leg up in downward facing dog. It's part of the vinyasa practice that I'm really passionate about and that I teach. And you can just lift your leg up, keeping your hips straight, and flex that foot. Or you can roll that hip open, keep moving your the leg that you're supporting, you keep rolling that outer hip back, and this is going to really get into the hip flexors and the front of your thigh. And you can also add bending that top knee and kicking your heel in towards your sit bone so that you engage the back of that leg, maybe even make some little hip circles. So working into the hips at the same time as you stretch everything out in your down dog and get all the lovely benefits of this inversion. And then slowly bringing that foot down. You can practice hovering that foot, sucking the thigh bone into the hip socket. That's going to start to build some core strength there as well. And remembering that you're going to do whichever one you practice, or you can practice them all. Do it on both sides. And if you do have a tighter side, so when you start to stretch the front of the hip, if you like, on one side it's like, oh, you know, that's a lot tighter. Spend a bit longer on that side. This is one of the huge gifts of the practice, that you get to the opportunity to start to bring that balance back into your body, from one side of your body to the other. So thank you for sharing. Any comments will be welcome, and I really hope that you get some value out of this video. Namaste.